Let me start with a simple but powerful truth. None of us can avoid aging, and none of us can avoid death. Yet, the way life quietly signals to us that our final chapter is near, that is something few talk about openly. Today, I want to bring light to those hidden signals. Not to frighten you, but to prepare you. Because when we understand the body's final warning signs, we can face them with dignity, with courage, and with peace of mind. Now imagine this. You are 70 years old, healthy, smiling, and enjoying life. Suddenly, small changes begin to happen, changes so subtle that many ignore them. But those very changes could be nature's way of whispering, your journey is nearing its end. That is why this discussion matters. It is about recognizing life signals before they turn into silent goodbye. When we talk about the signs of death after 70, many people immediately feel uneasy. It's natural. Death has always been a topic we try to avoid. Families sometimes hush conversations about it. Doctors speak carefully around it, and even elders themselves may avoid mentioning it. But ignoring it does not change the reality. What it does is rob us of an opportunity to be prepared, to be at peace, and to make the final stage of life meaningful. Think about it this way. When we know rain is coming, we take an umbrella, and when winter approaches, we prepare warm clothes. In the same way, when the body shows us its signals, recognizing them is not about giving up. It's about embracing reality with wisdom. The first sign that often reveals itself is a sudden loss of appetite and drastic changes in weight. When someone has lived a long life, food is usually connected with joy, culture, family gatherings, and comfort. Think about the smell of freshly baked bread, the warmth of a bowl of soup, or the sweetness of ripe fruit. Food is tied to memory and life itself. But when the body begins to shut down, one of the earliest and clearest signals is that food no longer feels necessary. Seniors may begin refusing meals, pushing plates away, or simply saying, "I'm not hungry." At first, families worry, is it an illness? Is it depression? But often it is simply nature at work. Decay, which once needed energy to fight, repair, and keep going, no longer demands it. It is saving its final strength. To make this clearer, let me share a story. A grandmother in her 80s, strong-willed and full of love, always insisted on cooking for her family every Sunday. But one day she sat at the table, watched everyone eat, and barely touched her food. This continued for weeks. Her weight dropped, her clothes hung loose, and her family grew concerned. Doctors found no new illness. Instead, they explained gently, her body is in the process of slowing down. Eating is no longer a priority for her system. That realization was painful, yet it helped the family understand that it wasn't neglect or stubbornness. It was simply the body preparing for the final stage. The second sign is extreme fatigue and withdrawal from daily life. It's normal for older adults to feel tired more easily. After all, the body has worked hard for decades. But there's a difference between ordinary tiredness and end-of-life fatigue. This kind of exhaustion is deep, constant, and unshakable. A person may sleep for hours during the day, lose interest in hobbies they once loved, or avoid conversations. Some even stop answering the phone or greeting visitors. It can look like depression, but often it's something deeper. The body and mind retreating from the world, slowly letting go. This withdrawal often comes with emotional changes. People begin to reflect inwardly. They may not talk as much, but their silence often carries weight. They think about memories, people they loved, mistakes they made, or moments they cherished. It's as if they are mentally packing a suitcase for a journey only they can take. Families sometimes misinterpret this silence as sadness, but in reality it is often peaceful acceptance. The third sign is difficulty breathing and noticeable changes in the heartbeat. This is one of the most visible and sometimes most distressing signals. Breathing may become irregular, sometimes fast and shallow, sometimes slow with long pauses. There is even a name for it, Cheyne-Stokes breathing. The heartbeat too may become irregular, fast and slow then faint. For loved ones who witness it, it can feel frightening, but for the person themselves, it is not always painful. It is the body's natural rhythm slowing down. A heart, which is faithfully pumped for 70 or 80 years, begins to rest. The lungs, which have filled with millions of breaths, now take fewer. This slowing is not failure. It is completion. Let me explain with a metaphor. Imagine a candle burning in the dark. In its early years, the flame is strong, steady, and bright. Over time, it flickers, grows smaller, and sometimes sputters before lighting up again. Finally, it softens and goes out. not suddenly, but gently, as if bowing in gratitude for its time. That is exactly what happens with breathing and heartbeat in the final stage of life. The candle is not lost. It has simply finished its purpose of bringing light. The fourth sign is confusion and detachment from reality. In the last weeks or days, many seniors experience changes in the mind. They may forget names, lose track of time, or become disoriented about where they are. Some begin talking about people who are no longer alive, saying things like, "I saw my mother," or "He came to visit me last night." Families often dismiss this as hallucination, but many believe it is a bridge, the mind stepping between this world and the next. Science calls it confusion, but spiritually, many interpret it as preparation. What's fascinating is that these moments often bring comfort to the person themselves. While the family may worry, the senior often appears calm when talking about these visions. A grandfather might describe walking in a garden with his childhood friend, or a mother may say she hears music no one else can. Instead of dismissing these moments, families can respond with gentleness, listening, and allowing the person to share. Whether it is a medical process or a spiritual one, it is part of the final journey, and respecting it is an act of love. The fifth and final sign is saying goodbye without saying it. This is perhaps the most touching signal of all. Seniors nearing the end often begin giving away belongings, making peace with old arguments, or suddenly expressing gratitude. They may share wisdom they've never spoken before, or reveal secrets long kept. Sometimes they speak in metaphors. "I'm going on a trip," or "I'll be resting soon." These are not random words. They are goodbyes wrapped in gentle language. There's a story of an elderly man who, a week before his passing, began calling his children one by one. He didn't say he was dying. Instead, he asked about their lives, told them how proud he was, and reminded them of lessons he had taught when they were young. Only later did they realize he was saying farewell in the most loving way he knew. When people begin showing this sign, it is an opportunity for families not to panic, but to be present. It is a chance to return the love, to say the words often left unsaid. "I love you. I forgive you. I thank you for everything." These 5 signs are nature's way of preparing us. They do not arrive all at once, nor do they look the same for everyone. Some people may show all of them clearly, others may only show a few. But recognizing them allows us to shift our focus, not on fear, but on connection. Instead of desperately searching for ways to stop the inevitable, we can concentrate on making the final days meaningful, peaceful, and filled with love. So what does all this mean for us, especially for those over 70? It means we should not wait until the signs appear to start living meaningfully. Every sunrise after 70 is not just another day, it is a bonus gift. Many people say a life begins at retirement. In truth, life continues beautifully as long as we choose to see it that way. Whether you have 10 years left or just 10 months, the question is the same. How do you want to spend it? Imagine 2 people of the same age. One spends their last years worrying about death, fearful of every ache, suspicious of every change. The other notices the same changes but spends time in laughter with grandchildren, walks slowly in the garden, shares old stories, and enjoys tea in the sunlight. Both will eventually face the end, but only one lived fully until the last breath. Which life would you choose? We often think death is the enemy, but in truth, it is a teacher. It reminds us to cherish what we have, to mend broken relationships, to savor small moments, and to let go of unnecessary worries. If you know your time is limited, and after 70 we all know it is, then why waste it in bitterness or regret? These signs of aging and approaching death are not curses. They are nature's way of telling us to slow down, say what matters, say what matters. Hold the hands you love, be at peace. The loss of appetite is not just about food, it is about teaching us to let go. The fatigue is not weakness, it is an invitation to rest. The irregular breath is not suffering, it is the candle preparing to go out. The confusion is not madness, it is a doorway to another reality. And the goodbyes are not sadness, they are love's final song. So my friends, when you or your loved ones reach that stage, do not be afraid. Do not hide from it. Embrace it as part of the journey. Because the end of life is not darkness, it is simply the closing of one book so that another may begin. My friends, these 5 signs are not meant to terrify you. Instead, they are reminders that life is fragile, beautiful, and short. When we see these signals, we should not turn away. Instead, we should embrace our loved ones tighter, speak kinder words, and spend more time together. Because at that moment, every second becomes more precious than gold. So, the question is not, oh, when will I die? But rather, how will I live until that moment comes? After 70, every sunrise is a gift, every breath a blessing, and every smile a treasure. Recognizing the final signs is not about fearing death. It is about appreciating life. Let us not wait until the final warning signs appear to express our love, gratitude, and kindness. Let us live fully, so that when the last chapter comes, it arrives not with fear, but with peace.